I was more of an Auntie Anne's. You don't even have to go to the food court to get Auntie Anne's.
Yeah, I was the only one allowed to breach the borders of
Yeah.
the food court.
They were like,
Yeah.
wherever you want, buddy. It was like that and like cookie stands.
Auntie Anne's
Yeah.
is Doctors Without Borders. It can go- We're free to float wherever.
The diabetics, they need us.
We know they're not making it up these stairs. We got to put it on the first floor.
This is delicious cold brew, by the way.
I carried it here myself.
I carried it here myself. That's. I would like to take credit for this.
I carried it here myself.
From my car.
I could have tripped. It could have gone down. That was a disgusting sound.
This podcast is sponsored by Lots of Coffee.
Lots of coffee.
Yeah, because it's 10 a.m., which is early in the morning for us.
This is, oh man, when you texted, I woke up out of a dead sleep and I forgot to set an alarm. And I just woke up and I was like, I think I'm disappointing people. And then I looked at my phone and you had just texted and I was like, oh, thank God.
I do that all the time.
Yeah.
I literally do that probably 5 days a week.
I just wake up and assume that I'm disappointing people, and then I go back to bed.
Yeah, for you that makes sense, Sam.
That's so funny. He wakes up and he's like, I'm a disappointment. And he just like rolls over.
10 more minutes.
I'll still be disappointing in 10 minutes.
Actually, I feel like his family kind of likes him. So that's kind of nice.
Yeah, as annoying as that is.
Well, you should see my siblings.
That's so funny. You're like, I'm the gold star, actually.
Well, my parents think I'm like doing stuff. And no, I'm waking up at 10 a.m. to ditch work to come record a podcast.
Priorities.
Yeah. I like it. Maybe don't admit that.
Well, I'm not ditching. I can go and do it after this.
He's
I'm not on a strict
self-employed.
schedule.
I'm on a smoke break. It's like,
Yeah.
Sam, you recorded a 2-hour podcast. Like,
The cigarette was long.
It's a long
I
cigarette.
smoked a whole pack. Who cares?
You're just taping cigarettes together.
I'll get it. Those people's houses will still have tornado damage when we're
Yeah.
done, all right?
It ain't going nowhere.
There'll still be letters to deliver after this.
I still think it's so funny that you had to deliver a notice to my next door neighbor.
Yeah. I didn't. That one wasn't a notice. That was a condition.
Oh,
but
a
I had to take
condition.
pictures of her neighbor's house.
Yeah. And he texted me. He's like, "Are you getting evicted right now?"
Because I thought I mixed up the house. And I thought it was hers.
Yeah.
And then I had to go back because I took pictures of her house on accident.
You did? You didn't tell me that. They're zoomed in. It's like me through the window too. It's not
You
even
just
like
see her through the blinds.
Who the fuck is that?
I was talking about this the other day. I think to Chris. But for the first 2 years I lived in that apartment, I used to have a little plant nursery in this closet.
How long have you lived there?
2 years.
Okay.
I've lived there since I moved here. But there's a closet with a window in it in that apartment. And so I was growing plants in there. And it's a closet, so I had to fill it with grow lights and shit. And then I didn't realize that's facing the street and the blinds were open, so it just looked like I was growing a bunch of drugs to everybody who passed my house.
That's so funny.
So now it just has fully decorated Christmas trees.
Okay, all right.
All year round?
Yeah, because why take it down if I have the space to just shove
No
it in
one,
the closet?
no one looks up into the second story.
I had people say
everyone
things.
does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Many people do.
Yeah, it was definitely the neighbors at least. Maybe not people passing the street.
Yeah.
But also, well, the plant closet my landlord didn't see, but my landlord did see the Christmas trees fully decorated when he came to inspect the apartment last year. And he visibly opened the door and was like, "What?" It was July.
Yeah. Bitch, it's summertime.
It was summertime. Well, I used to just keep the tree up all year round, but now I have some self-respect.
Now I put it in its room.
Now I put it in its room. I have class.
I
Segregate the tree.
I told my kids that for every day past, I think it was, I gave them till January 10th. I was like, for every day past January 10th that the Christmas tree is still up, that's one less day we're going to have it up next year. Because I tell them that they're not allowed to put it up until the day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Because it drives me insane when people are like, the day after Halloween, Christmas shit goes up. And it's like, no.
We got more holidays going.
Yeah. Thanksgiving is important. All right. And so they made it to like June or January 12th, I guess, like that. And so after Thanksgiving, they're like, time to put up the Christmas tree. I was like, no, you owe me 48 hours like that. And I wouldn't do it. And then my wife quickly vetoed it. She's like, no, it's Christmas time now. We're doing it.
Christmas time.
So before we get...
Hated
you
that.
turn into one of the children's choirs from Home Alone 2.
Christmas time is here.
Hey guys, it is June.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Juneteenth, actually. Christmas
Time is here.
Before we get too far into the podcast, I guess I should mention that all three of us, we're here to promote a couple different things, actually. All three of us will be on a show on June 26th at the Moonrise Hotel in the Delmar Loop. Tickets are $15. You can get them at the door or on TicketLeap.
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 Take that leap and get a ticket.
Yeah. Take a leap of faith and buy yourself a ticket, guys.
I like how he just looked at me and he's like, it's definitely Leaf.
Leaf? Yeah.
It's a leaf.
Yeah. I couldn't remember. That's how much I rely on Bree. That I'm just like
Shit, what's the last fucking consonant?
I text her every morning and I'm like, socks are in the second drawer. And she's like, Jesus.
I can't find my underwear.
I've been washing it. It's not on you.
Is it front to back or back to front, Bree? I don't remember.
I can't remember, Bree. I just send her a picture of my untied shoe, and she's like, okay, grab the laces.
Just send him the SpongeBob video of the loop-de-loop and pull.
Yeah, loop-de-loop
And pull.
and shoes are looking cool.
I was just thinking about this. So, like, I've been talking a lot to people about my bad healthcare decisions.
Yeah, fuck that show.
Right, show? We're just gonna move on from it?
Yeah, just move on.
Whoa,
Yeah.
we can swing back. I don't know. You said TicketLeap, and I
Yeah,
think we
I'm
got
sorry.
through it.
Yeah, we
Did you finish promoting it?
pivot. Yeah.
We said we're gonna be on it. There's a show. Tickets $15.
It's the three of us, Black
Moonrise
Charles and JB Buchanan. All five of us are very funny comics. It's going to be a great time. The Moonrise is very cool. They've got good food, good drinks. There we go. And the only other thing to promote, I was going to say, is these two have a new podcast out called The Dollar Menu Pod. And they are going to be giving you the best advice that $1 could buy, even though it's for free, right?
Yeah.
Free podcast.
Free.
Free podcast.
We're starting a Patreon soon.
They're giving you $1 worth of advice every time.
Yeah, we're starting a terrible Patreon that just links
It'll-
to an OnlyFans. It's just a pyramid scheme.
And
It'll link to a FetLife.
before you yuck their OnlyFans, they're also doing it with Alex Hayes, and
What is that supposed to mean?
well, he's very handsome. So it's like, I mean, let's face it. If it was $1, if it was an OnlyFans pod,
Yeah. If there's
He'd
any
be
bears
moving
out there
numbers.
looking for a hot twink, we got Alex
hot
on the
twink.
pod.
Yeah.
yeah, you guys do kind of have the full spectrum of.
Of looks.
Of looks and genders, sexualities.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really spanning everything. Yeah,
A
we're
bear,
well-rounded.
a bear, a twink, and a lumberjack.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I'm the bear or the lumberjack.
Well, who was saying that we were cum, tits, and farts?
Yeah, Gaffigan. Gaffigan said we were cum, tits, and farts.
That's so creative.
And then Gaffigan's like, but Bree's not the tits.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I'm valued.
Great valued, am I right? What's up?
That was pretty good. I give you that one.
All right.
Are you actually going to try to get it?
I was. Dude, well, there was a couple weeks ago at Smash'ems where like Eric was like, big dog, and then he looked at me and I had like wing sauce all over my hands.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the panic in his eyes because somebody said something and I was like, "Am I right?" And I threw my hand up and he was just like, "My fingers are saucy. I can't do it. I can't." And it was like, "I don't want to leave you hanging. I'm so sorry." And it was so funny.
Oh,
I've never seen you more panicked before.
Yeah. Well, I was like, this is a big dog moment. I can't not.
This is my whole personality.
Well, it's making me laugh last night because a chick came up and like dapped up Dane and was like, "Big dog," and then she walked away and he goes, "Does she do that to everyone?"
Who was it?
It's one of the bartenders.
Oh, dude.
No, let's not talk about it.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna talk about it because I'll get in my feelings. No, but it was funny. I'll tell.
Cuban bartenders.
I'll tell this. I already told this story, I think, on a podcast. But I was at Smash'ems a couple weeks ago, and I got food. So I had like a number for my food, but I had returned the number, and I went to go get another drink, and bartender, she goes and looks for my tab name, like my name, and then she comes back and she's like, "Did you have a number?" And I thought she was asking for like my phone number. And I was like, I mean, I have a girlfriend. But.
911.
314.
And she was like, no, I meant for the food. And I can't go back there.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I
Also,
knew what you meant.
314.
You just give her your phone number.
Yeah,
anyway.
it's like, this is my number.
This is the only number I have. That is Social Security.
Yeah.
You just give women your Social Security number that you really like.
Ruined my life in a different way.
There was a comic once at Smash'ems who had a pretty big crush on one of the bartenders there, and he was like making like at me from across the every time she walked by.
Are you talking about me?
No.
Talking about Sam to his face.
No, it wasn't you. And he was like every time she'd walk by and he'd look at me, and I just went up to him and I was like, "You keep your dirty dick away from her. Like, don't you dare. She is an angel and you are just a street urchin. Don't you dare."
This was me. You tried to lie.
Yeah, okay, I wasn't going to throw you under the bus. Sorry.
I don't care.
I'll edit it out.
Okay.
For the sake of your livelihood.
I like how I was trying to like save you some type of grace or dignity, and you're like, no, that was me. It's my dirty dick.
I'm the one with the dirty dick.
I'm the guy. I'm the creepy guy at the bar.
I'm dirty dick.
No, I'm dirty dick.
Of course.
My dick's so dirty. No.
So this is
I
more
have
of
a
what
clean
you can
penis.
expect from the Dollar Menu Pod, guys.
It got really rough. It's gotten way worse.
Our pod? I think it's gotten better. We started really bad.
Well, I mean, like, in terms of dirtball comedy.
Oh, for sure. It's dirtball comedy. For sure.
One of my first ever podcasts that I did, I had a couple comics in here, and they were talking shit about someone, and they were like saying names and specific details and all kinds of things, and then they immediately go, "I shouldn't have said that." And I was like, "Don't worry, I'll cut it out." And
then
they're
you
like, "Cool."
didn't cut it out.
And then I forgot to cut it out. Like,
Who was it? What were their names? What day was this?
episode 13. No, and then I had like 4 people message me, and they were like, they just messaged me in quotes, "Don't worry, buddy, I'll cut it out." And I was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot to do that. Whoops."
That's why there's notes.
Is it still out there?
It might be. Yeah,
Sam,
I'm pretty
Sam's
sure.
running out of content.
I was about
over
to say, I've never gone back
Yeah.
and done it. I never pulled the episode, so it's out there. It's floating around.
You know what?
Anniversary episode. We're gonna re-release it next month.
So, guys, if you want to find it, if you want to find that episode, go back and listen to all 107 episodes from start to finish to find it. All right?
That's so many
Yeah. Yeah. Especially in the beginning, they were so long.
That's one shitty ass road trip. Sorry, Eric.
No,
It's just
I would agree.
107 hours.
The best, the mediocre.
There was a day where I was at home and my son was on YouTube and he kept pulling up the shorts and he was like watching short after like of just from just this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And after about 5 videos, I was like, all right, buddy, let's come on, let's find something else.
Yeah.
And he's like, you don't want to listen to your own stuff? And I was like, no. I was there. No, I don't need to see it. I get it.
Surprised he
Son's
wasn't
just
like,
trying to love you.
Yeah, I know. He's just trying to show me support and gratitude. And I'm just like, ugh.
He's like, I'd rather see my dad on screen.
It's the only way he gets to see him. You know what I mean? That and every other weekend. No.
Dad, you're a lot better two-dimensional. Just really prefer you in 2D.
2D dad.
2D dad.
2D dad.
I'm 2D dad.
I'm 2D dad.
Okay. Well, for anybody who's joining us for the first time ever, which I don't know why you'd pick this one to do, but no, the idea behind the best is anytime somebody says something is the best, it's just their opinion. There's no way to prove it. So I always like to sit down with people and ask some of my favorite, the best questions. Maybe we agree, maybe we don't. It's usually a little bit more fun if we don't. But to go and help promote your new podcast, I thought I would come up with some questions for you guys. First one is, which restaurant has the best dollar menu?
I love how Starbucks is on there. Nothing has ever been $1 at Starbucks.
That's fair. Chipotle.
That is true. There
Chick-fil-A.
is some of these things I did look up, and they did have dollar menus.
It's like apple slices.
Way in the past.
Back in the day, yeah.
Back in the day. Like Starbucks used to have
Probably like $1 coffee.
Well, no, and when they first started,
bagel.
yes, but they had a dollar menu for a while, and it was like a chocolate chip cookie for $1, or like a croissant or something like that.
Croissant.
Yeah.
Croissant.
So some of these places did. Now, Chuck E. Cheese, no, never had a dollar menu.
Chuck E.
But
Cheese
I
is on
was
there.
about to say,
yeah, it's right next to Starbucks.
I would have known if Sbarro had a dollar menu.
I used to love a Sbarro.
Yeah, I just spent a lot of time in malls that were not thriving.
I spent a lot of time in food courts.
I was more of an Auntie Anne's. You don't even have to go to the food court to get Auntie Anne's.
Yeah, I was the only one allowed to breach the borders of
Yeah.
the food court.
They were like,
Yeah.
wherever you want, buddy. It was like that and like cookie stands.
Auntie Anne's
Yeah.
is Doctors Without Borders. It can go- We're free to float wherever.
The diabetics, they need us.
We know they're not making it up these stairs. We got to put it on the first floor.
I like the old school McDonald's dollar menu. I think that is the best dollar menu.
Remember when they used to do Big Macs for $1?
Oh,
Yeah.
that shit was dangerous.
That was wild.
It is insane. Just Googling, like,
Dangerous.
going to Google Images and pulling up stuff, and it would show you, like, the old pictures. And it's just, it's wild how good we had it, and we had no idea.
Yeah.
And it's insane. Supersized fries for $1, you know? You're like,
I don't think I
they
ever
took both of
supersized.
those. You never supersized?
I think I was too young when they pulled it.
I never
Yeah.
liked fries.
Oh, yeah, thanks a
I would
lot,
just get
Morgan
another
Spurlock.
sandwich.
But like, I think
That
supersizing kind
asshole.
of started when I was like 6 or 7, probably. Like,
Really?
started getting cut, and I was still eating like the McDouble.
That
you know?
stupid Supersize
Yeah.
Me documentary, which I don't even really like McDonald's, but the fact that everything changed after he put that out, and then
Yeah.
I don't know. Never mind. Whatever. We don't need to get into it.
He's gonna start crying.
No, I was just honestly, McDonald's is a good choice. However,
one.
the two best dollar menus ever, Taco Bell and Jack in the Box.
I just feel like
Jack in
Taco
the Box
Bell's
is
has
pretty
gone
good.
downhill.
What?
I feel like Taco Bell's has gone downhill though.
No,
It's
it's
not really a
but
dollar
I'm
anymore.
Like
I'm
old
thinking
dollar
about
menu?
like if we're thinking about the old McDonald's menu, I'm thinking about the old Taco
Okay,
Bell menu.
that's fair then.
Because we're gonna compare time periods. You know what I mean? Like
Well, remember they used to do like the fucking late night 89-cent burrito?
yeah. Oh yeah.
Ooh.
That's all what it was all about. It
Well,
was
My thing is just that if I'm getting dollar menu food, so we used to just go and spend like $30 and get food for the whole family.
Yeah.
McDonald's is much more transportable than Taco Bell because you want to get like 20 hard shell tacos, but that's just not logistically possible to enjoy all of them and transport them to your house.
That's fair. I remember one time.
There's like a point where the returns are diminishing.
We were a soft shell family, so it's like
you would be a soft shell family.
Yeah, we're very white.
We also had Taco John's where I'm from. I don't know if you ever had
Taco John's is one of the all-time.
Dude, potato Olays.
Slap.
Dude, I would punch a kid for potato Olays.
They're not.
So good.
They're just like a Midwest thing. It's not.
So good.
When we were driving back from California, there was a sign in Kansas, and it said something like 128 miles till Taco John's or something like that. Like a Buc-ee's. You know what I mean? Like they were, and my wife got so excited.
Yeah.
She was like, "Oh, I love Taco John's. I can't wait."
Yeah, they used to do Taco Tuesdays where you could get 2 tacos for $1.
Talk about fall off. Taco John's really has dropped the ball. But man, they used to easily beat Taco Bell. Hands down.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Del Taco is trash.
I never had Del Taco.
Dude, I remember one time my buddy in high school, he was like, he's not really my buddy. We just kind of hung out with him because his aunt had just died and he got like this large settlement from it. So he had like a bunch of money.
Was she have mesothelioma? What?
He was a friend with a pool.
Yeah, he was.
A
pool friend.
Pool friend.
Oh, yeah.
But he got like all this money because his aunt had died and like his mom was stupid and just gave it to him. Mm-hmm. So he just like goes to Taco or Jack in the Box and gets like 100 tacos for everybody and like a bunch of cheeseburgers and it was like $50.
Yeah. They were 50-cent tacos. That's why I brought up the Jack in the Box dollar menu. Was fantastic.
It was just so funny that he was like, "Oh, to get friends, I'm gonna use all my aunt's or like death money."
Dude, that's what
like
I would
life
do.
Insurance.
The only so we were definitely a soft shell family unless Jack in the Box was involved. Then obviously you go hard shell. But we didn't have a Jack in the Box anywhere close to where we live. The closest one to my house was Herculaneum, which is still
that's pretty far,
94 miles away. So that was always the go-to. We come up, we go to the city, we do whatever fun stuff you do here, and then on the way home, we stop at Jack in the Box and we get food. Yeah. And that was the way it goes. But speaking of...
I had never had Jack in the Box until I moved here because I don't really have them.
Really?
I had never had Sonic either.
Oh,
They don't have Sonic.
I boycotted Sonic for a long time because of those commercials with the two dudes. I hated those two dudes.
What, do you think they were gay or something?
Happy Pride Month.
Look at these queers sharing chili dogs in a car. This is...
I don't like this.
No, I just hate it. I just didn't like them. They were so... Those commercials were just dumb
Very corny.
And cringy. And they were around for 17 years.
Yeah.
And I was just like, this is insane. This is insane.
They were just like, he like a chili dog, John? And John's like, I do like chili dogs. He's like, we should go to Sonic.
You've never seen a commercial before, have you? This is where we find out.
No, I remember
Sam's from the 1890s, and he's just like, yeah, I know commercials. Come buy our product.
I have product. You will buy it.
That's why he dresses like this. Because of Joel.
It's like, is this fashion?
That's so funny. You're transported from the 1890s straight to modern day Harlem, and you were like, "This is what everybody wears." He comes in next week with dreads.
Yeah.
He doesn't have shampoo right now.
Why'd you have to bring that up, Ray?
It's crazy. Me and Alex talked about it after you left.
Well, I don't get paid till Monday, and then I'm gonna buy shampoo.
Do you need some shampoo? Like I'll.
No, I just need to take a shower at Lydia's.
That's why he has a girlfriend for shampoo.
Yeah.
Just a shampoo girlfriend.
Let me use your shampoo, girl.
Yeah, I call it my shampoo.
My shampoo boo.
No, all right.
Well, we're like, it's like there's so much.
Yeah,
stuff.
you should have sat next to each other so you can dab.
We could dab each other up.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that. I was just
do
thinking
a
about
chain
empanadas.
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 Dude, best empanadas are There's this place right by my house. It's on Taft and Gravois. Some fucking Venezuelans cooking up some empanadas.
Oh, I think I know which one you're talking about.
Dude, I took Chris there, and I go there all the time. It's so good. I need a Spanish speaking man to come with me and order.
I can. Yeah, that's about all I can do is order at a restaurant.
Well, I've been trying to get Ginzo Nitty to fucking come, and he's never free.
Ginzo, that's hilarious.
You just have to trick him. You have to tell him you're gonna go work out, and then
it's
you
like,
just drive.
Hey, let's go. Hey, Ginzo.
Ginzo, I've got a great opportunity to make some money, and then he's like, "Ooh."
Oh,
It's like-
Enzo just shows up.
Hey, Enzo, I got some leads.
Best dollar menu item,
Ooh.
not just the whole menu, but individual item. Which one lines up?
Currently, I'm a big fan of the soft potato taco at Taco Bell.
That's big in my family.
I like that.
My daughter is a huge soft potato taco. The spicy soft potato taco.
You know, you can put those potatoes in other stuff too.
Yeah.
We'll like put them in a crunch wrap.
She's started making her own.
Oh, I've done that too.
Yeah. We buy frozen potatoes, and then she heats them up and then throws them in a tortilla with cheese and sauce.
Dude, the caramel apple empanada. Oh my god.
I don't think
Talk about
You just back to empanadas.
talk about a
that's
nut,
on there.
dude.
Honestly, so I don't know if this technically counts because it was a little bit more than $1, but for a long time you could get 10 chicken nuggets for $1.49 at Burger King, and I was like, "That's the greatest.
Yeah, and
That's the greatest deal of all time."
Was it the chicken penises or the
No,
Chicken-
not
no.
chicken fries, chicken
not-
nuggets.
Yeah.
chicken nuggets. Well, and they had that like middle school lunch vibe to them, which I kind of liked.
Yes.
You know that like
Yes.
that food where you're like, this isn't good food, but it reminds me of school lunch.
Yeah.
So I will eat it.
That's kind of why I like square cut pizza, because it
Yeah.
kind of reminds me of the old rectangular cafeteria pizza.
Sometimes when I'm sad, I'm like, maybe I should have a Salisbury steak. You know? Relive the good old days.
You know what?
Nostalgia
The
up
other
in this
day,
place.
my son just told me the other day. I was like, "What's your favorite meal at school?" And he was like, "The Salisbury steak." And I was like, "What?
That's a wild
Really?"
choice.
Dude,
And
they
he's
used to
like,
have
Yeah, what's the best school lunch?
they used to have a buffalo queso chicken nachos at my school.
What?
Dude, so good. You had to pay
Wow.
a little bit extra for them, but
That's
I
crazy.
would
Of
spend,
Of course you did.
I would spend the extra buck.
I got it.
That's
My
I got it.
My parents
Put it
were
on
like,
my-
I gave you lunch money to last for this long. And I was like, yeah, but I've been getting the buffalo queso chicken nachos.
Yeah. And they're like, "Oh my gosh, Sam."
You went to one of them bougie schools.
My
no,
kids.
dude, my school was so trash.
Dude.
Like, there's 3 schools within like a 10-mile radius. And ours was like the dirt
Oh, you
the
were
dirt
trash
road one.
That's one thing about St. Louis that people have to understand is like you're gonna get judged by what high school you went to. And since I grew up in Cape, when I started like coming up here, and people are like, "What high school did you go to?" I was like, "The high school,
Yeah.
the one
Yeah.
that
The
we
one in
had,
Cape
yeah,
Girardeau.
that there's only one." But
Yeah, because I had 2 in the same town, and then one the town over for me, which was technically still like a school in my town.
oh,
But it was like when
Private?
I was a freshman. No, when I was a freshman, it had just built up, so it was its first year.
Okay.
So there were no seniors there; it was just freshmen.
oh gosh,
Ooh.
One of my best buddies went there, and he hated it. He like pretty much just dropped out.
he's the only like junior. He transfers in as a junior. He's just sitting alone in like algebra or
Yeah,
whatever.
they didn't even have teachers to teach like algebra 2 or anything.
They're like, none of our students are there yet. It's all right.
They do like Spirit Week, and it's all the classes versus each other. It's just tug of war. It's the one
Yeah. Could you,
versus
imagine,
all the freshmen.
could you imagine going to school and Friday night football is just a freshman team?
Oh,
No, it's still just the one guy out on the varsity team. He's trying to play all the
Yeah.
positions. He hikes the ball to himself, just gets tackled for a loss of 87 yards. Yeah.
It's been like 7 safeties.
that's very funny.
Oh, my kids, I don't know what they do, but we always plan out like, okay, this amount of money should last this long for their lunch balance or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they always somehow manage to spend it in like half the time.
Yeah, kids are hungry, dude.
And I asked him, I was like, what are you guys doing at school? And my son told me one time, he was like, well, sometimes like my friends don't have money for like milk or whatever, so I get them some. And I was like, yeah, no, you're not buying rounds for the cafeteria, buddy. Like, that's a sweet thing to do, but like at the same time,
Hook my boy up with a chalky milk.
yeah, like he just walks in the cafeteria. Hey, Glenda, next round's on me, everybody. Like it's like, no, you don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't. Yeah, that's very nice of you. And
No,
I see you're trying to be a good person, but no, spend your money on that. Don't.
I would have never done that. I would have just gotten more food.
I lived off.
That's so funny. Your friend's like, Sam, I can't afford to eat. And you're like, that sucks. I'll take his. 2 buffalo queso nachos, everybody.
I was
Dude, they
living
were
off
so
of the
good.
kindness of kids like your son. That was my livelihood until we got the free lunch. 'Cause my parents didn't know about that until I was in high school.
I was dunking on
They
grade.
didn't know about that?
No, they didn't. They don't trust the government. So they had no idea there was programs and help.
That tracks.
So I was just eating people's green beans for years.
You were the girl that just stood next to the trash can, and you're like, I'll throw that away for you. I'll throw it away for you.
No, my friends would all just like get a separate plate, and they're like, okay, all the fruit cocktail, all the green beans, all the fucking.
All the shit that we don't
That
All
want.
the
sounds
shit
pretty
people
healthy.
don't
That's
want.
actually...
Yeah.
Yeah, that
That's
was
a great
probably
way-
the skinniest I ever was. Yeah. Probably, you know. And
That's
I was.
that's why you were vegan for so long?
Because that's all I could afford to eat.
Oh, no, I had. I did. It is kind of cheap if you just eat like you're like a peasant. Yeah, if you just eat like rice and potatoes and stuff.
Yeah, if you just eat macaroni and hot dogs, I mean, you'll do.
Like you, the divorced dad dinner.
The divorced dad special. That's-
Yeah. Well, because he texted me last night. He's like, "Oh, I don't eat dinner. I ate hot dogs and mac and cheese," as I told him I made tacos. And then he texted me like 20 minutes later. He's like, "But I do want tacos."
Well, you can get 3 things of mac and cheese and then a 6-pack of hot dogs
I don't need the logistics of
for less than $5
the
at Aldi.
cost of
So 2 dogs per Mac.
Yeah, $2
Yeah.
per Mac.
Yeah.
$2.
It's a good ratio. Do you cut them up and put it in?
Yeah.
And make, yeah, okay. All right.
I love the idea that you're terrible at math unless it comes to food.
Yeah, I am.
You're like,
that's
oh, that
right
is
on my...
$2 per Mac.
Yeah, it's $2 per Mac.
He just wanted to seem smart. It's like, yes.
That's prime dog to Mac ratio, all right? You
Prime.
wanna, yeah.
Oh, gosh. Oh,
It's a good meal.
going back to this, it's not a bad meal.
Little hot sauce in there. And...
Yeah.
I put a little spicy, what's that? The barbecue sauce. Sweet Baby Ray's. They got a spicy one.
I had a buddy in college who used to make something called Dude Mac. And it was like mac and cheese with buffalo shredded chicken that he made with a rotisserie chicken in it, like a shit ton of hot sauce.
Dude Mac.
Dude Mac. And he'd be
Dude
like,
Mac.
it would be a whole ordeal.
Made with real dudes.
When Jason's going to come over and make Dude Mac.
That's... I used to love that.
Dude
Yeah.
Mac.
A little bit of
Dude
mac and
Mac.
cheese with some... You go to a bar and they're like, oh, try our whatever mac and cheese with buffalo chicken or sausage or whatever. You're like, don't mind if I do.
Yeah.
Dude Mac.
I'm just going to keep saying it.
Made with real dudes.
That's
He's
it.
trying to do commercials.
Yeah.
Coming this summer.
Dude Mac.
Sometimes hanging out with
Dude
you is
Mac.
like what it's like. It reminds me of like the first days of AI, where you're like, "Hey, I see that you're trying, but you're not really hitting the mark." You know? You'll get there though. Okay, best side dish for a barbecue.
Dude Mac.
Actually, not a bad choice.
Honestly, yeah, Dude Mac is acceptable.
Not a bad choice.
It's acceptable.
I personally, Rick introduced me to corn ribs the other day.
Corn
Ribs are
ribs.
good.
Yeah.
Is
where
that a
you-
side?
Yeah, I consider it a side.
What is corn your main? At a
Well,
barbecue?
ribs.
They're
Well, no, it's corn.
corn.
Ribs.
Oh,
Ribs
like when
of
they, like-
corn.
You cut
Yeah.
you cut a corn cob in fourths, and then you just grill them for a little bit, and they naturally like curl up, so they look like ribs, and you just put seasoning on top and barbecue sauce or whatever, and it it tastes pretty much like ribs.
Yeah.
Like it's delicious.
It gets more stuck in your teeth.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. But it's I was like, this is the greatest thing. That's actually how I sliced my finger.
Sam's like, I don't eat foods that don't allow me to dap up. He's like, I avoid all ribs.
All finger foods are out because
Yeah.
it's like you never know when you might need a big
Dab
dog.
somebody.
I just splashed someone with barbecue sauce, big dogging.
That'd be hilarious if you didn't care, though. If
Yeah.
you didn't care how saucy or
yeah.
messy your fingers are, and you just start dabbing people up, and they're like, "Oh."
I
what
so
the
badly wanted to do that too, but then I was like, "Oh, he's gonna get mad. I don't want to."
hell?" I would have laughed. I would have been like, "What the hell?" Oh, all right, thanks, man. And I would have gone wash my hands. I would have gone and washed my hands. I did, without thinking about it, the other night. We were at Smash'ems, and somebody was like, "Oh, I really want to try the hot and smoky sauce." And I always get like a side of it to like pour on my burger. And I was like, "Oh, here, we'll try it." And they had been eating wings, and I thought that they would like dip a fork in there, or dip a fry in there, or whatever. And they went bloop, and like that, and I went. And I shuddered a little bit. I was just like, I just watched you lick your fingers like 20 seconds ago.
Oh yeah.
I think Andres would spontaneously combust if someone did that to him. He would lose. He's such a germ.
I mean, if it was free, it wouldn't matter.
You're trying to. This is how we get rid of him.
Yeah.
One germ at a time.
Just.
I am pretty anti-corn, I will say. I don't have the teeth for it.
Really?
Yeah, I don't have the teeth for corn. No one in my family does. We're pretty anti-corn.
We're pretty anti-corn.
We're anti-unprocessed corn. Processed corn.
Okay, so
yes.
you're not off. You're not going off like straight off the cob. It needs to
No.
be.
Her teeth can't handle that.
My teeth can't handle that. I will say I've had really good corn on the cob.
Do you like
many
sweet? Do you like
times.
cream corn?
No, we're not cream corn folk. We're really
No,
not
I'm
corn
not
folk.
a cream corn folk. No.
We ain't no cream corn folk in this house.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Corn casserole is kind of cream corn, and that's pretty good, but that's not really barbecue.
Put the
That's
ass
like
in
a holiday
casserole. What's
thing.
up?
My mom does. She does. She got a Nebraska ass.
Nebraska.
She's got a Nebraska.
Yeah.
Where are you
Yeah,
guys
it's the size of
originally
Nebraska.
from?
Southside Chicago.
Originally.
Southside.
She's got a Nebraska ass. Where are you from? Chicago.
Southside Chicago.
Well, to be fair, that nickname was given to her when we lived in Joplin.
Have you guys ever been to the Shameless house?
Yeah.
Dude,
we
I-
didn't live that far from there.
I went to that place one time.
that show is based on them.
Yeah,
What are you talking
I know.
about?
That is very funny. Like, just they were like, we got to get attractive actors. So no, but I went there one time and it was like midnight. We thought it'd be a good idea to drive to South Chicago at midnight.
Yeah.
And we're on the street. There's like a block party going on.
Yeah.
And so we're like passing by. People are like looking at us super weird.
Yeah.
We just parked right in front of the house, and everyone knew why we were there.
100%.
But
yeah.
like it was,
You got to roll it.
I just remember how freaked out the person I was with was because they were like, "There's a lot of black people." Happy Juneteenth, everybody.
Get a Juneteenth counter going.
It's so weird because we're here to promote a show that has two black comics on it. Who
And then we didn't
Are
invite
not-
either of them.
Hey,
They got to
did.
work.
I did
They
invite.
can't get up
He
at 10
did.
a.m.
He did.
Happy Juneteenth,
All right,
everybody.
All right, Sam.
Yeah, this is their
Why don't you pump
holiday.
the brakes a little bit there, man?
I almost didn't wake up.
I almost, yeah.
I was about to say, Bree just said that I woke her up with a text that I sent at 9:35.
And then Bree texted me right after. She was like hoping that I wasn't gonna make it. I knew that
we were
what it
outside
was.
talking about it. She was like, because I asked you last night at Smash'ems, I was like, hey, we still good for 10? And you were like, yeah. And then a few minutes later, you're like, well let me double check with Sam because I texted him
Well, 'cause,
earlier.
yeah, no one told me
No, we told you it was in the group chat.
today.
No, we put it in the group chat Thursday at 10, and then you said yep, and then Eric said that works. That's how scheduling works, Sam.
Yeah.
He's
I
gonna
even
go
said,
pull the receipt.
sorry, I thought I responded to this. That
Yeah.
works for me.
You fucking idiot. You're wrong, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I responded and said works for me.
You idiot.
That's exactly how people
Well,
are
I
like,
remember-
why is podcasting so hard? It's like because comics are the
fucking
worst people on
idiots.
earth.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'm so glad I don't have like a regular like 9 to 5, or else I would fucking crumble.
Oh yeah. I would not be able to sustain if I had a normal job anymore.
Yeah.
Oh.
I couldn't. I hated it. I absolutely hated it. Selling cars, selling insurance, showing up at an office every day, just like, I couldn't stand it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Selling cars was a little bit better than selling insurance, but
I liked
still.
working at the car dealership. I had a lot of fun. But I also just kind of screwed around a lot.
It was all right. You just got to be cool with this people.
Sam! No!
No.
Bad!
Happy Juneteenth.
Well,
We're cutting that.
yeah.
That is back to best barbecue side.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, yeah, corn, right?
Yeah, corn, right? I like a good potato salad.
Sam, just look at this racism I did. It's like, what the fuck?
I didn't do it.
He was looking that up last night.
I'm sure he
He
was.
left the tab
People in
open.
blackface. No, I think coleslaw.
The
is
water
pretty good.
activity.
Yeah,
question
best
mark.
water activity.
The
water activity. Yeah.
Question mark. The water activity.
Hey,
Drinking.
We don't do a lot of proofreading here at the best, okay?
The best, the water activity. Double question mark.
Podcast.
Podcast. My favorite water activity is floating with a beer.
Float trip?
Oh, that
No,
makes
not even
sense,
like
yeah.
just like in the. You don't go down a river. It's not moving
Oh,
water.
it's just in a pool.
Yeah,
It's
just.
just- I like still water.
I like still water,
He's
floating.
I like my pool still not sparkling.
That's so funny.
Still not in motion.
I'm just picturing like an abandoned like warehouse where the basement's flooded, and like you go down there with like flashlights, and Sam's just sitting there on like an inner tube, like, "What's up?"
He's like, by the way, you have 48 hours.
Can you guys grab? Can you grab me another natty light?
I didn't even think about slip and slide as a water activity. Slip and sliding is fun.
You know what's funny is that I looked for that one specifically like that. That's just like a blue tarp with water on
Yeah.
it, because I typed in water slide or slip and slide, and it was all these like fancy ones, like inflatable and stuff like that. And I was like, Bree never had an inflatable slip and slide. And then I saw the one with the tarp, and I was like, she would have done this though. Yeah, this is.
Our high school, our last day of senior year, we put a tarp out in the soccer field and we slip and slide all day.
So this church I went to, they would do that. They would there was a big tarp on the side of a hill, and they would cover it in like Dawn soap and water and
Holy water.
baby oil and
That's how
all
they
kinds of stuff like
baptize
that.
kids.
But then there was just a
Slip and slide baptism is hilarious.
except
That's so funny.
at the bottom was just a giant mud pit, and they called it Mud Wars. And so they were like, come out to the Mud Wars, Mud Olympics, mud, blah, 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 whatever. And it's like, it was supposed to be this like fun thing for kids to do instead of going to hang out. But then you realize like, it's a wet t-shirt contest.
Oh, yeah.
And it just got like, they had to shut it down because people were just like, all the teenagers were like hypersexualized, you know, because they had all
they
like
just had
taken,
fucking.
they'd all taken like purity promises, and then everyone's just wearing skin tight clothing and
Yeah.
like covered in like mud and oil and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, yeah, this is a bad idea. We got to stop this.
Yeah,
I just remember there was like a couple times where you look at your buddy and he'd be like, he's like breathing hard, and you're like, whoa, dude, whoa, hey, whoa.
Calm down. It's just tits.
never seen those before.
keep your
Shrek was
keep
big
your
at the
dirty
time.
dick away from her.
Even if you had.
Oh, shit.
First time, last time, a millionth time, it's still good.
Still nice.
Shrek was big at that time. Women in the mud.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah.
It's tough.
Women in the mud.
Why?
This is what he does on our podcast. He just does voices when he doesn't know what to do. He just does voices.
Shout out the dollar menu.
Yeah. That's so funny. You
I
just
either
go
do that or I
Jamaican for half a second. You're like, woman in the mud, bomba clot.
Bomba clot, the woman in the mud.
What the hell?
This is what I do. I do an accent or I start shouting stuff out.
That's true. That's pretty accurate.
I've seen the clips. I've seen the clips. Wait, did your mom really put marinara on meatloaf?
It was tomato sauce.
Same thing.
That, yeah.
We've been over this.
Apparently TikTok is blowing up.
They did not love the marinara on
No,
meatloaf.
it's ketchup, right? Isn't
Ketchup
it
or
supposed to
barbecue
be ketchup?
sauce.
Yeah.
Well, she would put marinara or tomato sauce over the meatloaf and then bake it, and then you'd put ketchup on when you were eating it.
Oh, that's worse. You didn't
That's
tell me that
oh,
part.
that's disgusting. That's disgusting.
Pretty damn good.
You ever? That's so
Oh,
funny.
it was pretty fucking good.
You ever have marinara sauce like in a to-go container? Like you poured some out for like cheese sticks, and then you go and later you reheat the cheese sticks, and it gets all like
Yeah.
crusty and like fried to the side of the. That's just what you were. That was a baking instruction. That's
Yeah.
Ugh.
That's how they do it in the Vining House.
There's no such thing as a Vining house anymore.
Wah, wah.
Yeah, that's all of us, right?
All right. You guys want to plug your social media and your show and everything like that coming up?
Alrighty, you can follow me on Instagram at _SamVining_. I have the Moonrise Show, the Dollar Menu, and that's it.
Sorry. I don't know. You were very put together with that. You can follow me everywhere. Bree Munich Comedy, all the platforms. We do the Dollar Menu podcast, YouTube, Spotify, Apple.
Coming soon.
Yeah, only watched by Taz Shank. Thank you, Taz.
Shout out Taz Shank.
Taz Shank.
Taz Shank.
I'm
thank
pretty
you for
sure he's
watching.
a listener on this as well.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's cool. We wear the same clothes. It's happened before. We've got the Moonrise Show on the 26th. You can buy tickets. I'll link them in the description for you guys. Also, come out to DJ's World Comedy. Me and Sam host that a lot every Friday, open mic, and then we also do showcases. We've got Black Charles, who's also on the Moonrise Show. He's actually hosting DJ's World Show on the 28th.
In Cherokee in South City.
Yeah.
1927, is that the address?
1912.
1912 Cherokee.
1912. I'll link it. You don't have to think that hard.
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're good.
I try. But
Yeah.
number,
1912 Cherokee Street.
what's the address in dog to Mac ratio?
Yeah.
Yeah, how do I turn this into dogs?
How do I turn
Yeah.
this into dogs and Max?
All right, that's it for this week. And it's probably 2 weeks worth of episodes, but all right, guys. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.
Happy Juneteenth.
Happy Juneteenth.